Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying 2022. Happy New Year's to you guys. I've been gone for a long hiatus, but I'm back. And it's a new month, so you know it's time for my monthly NBA rankings that we do every month. Go ahead and check out the December rankings and November rankings. Links are in the description. But you guys already know the tiers, the NBA Finals teams, the teams that are missing something, teams that I think are sleepers, teams that are question marks, maybe, teams that are there soon but not yet, and the newest tier that we changed up again, I know, the Jabari Smith sweepstakes. Look, Jabari Smith, I need him in a Rockets jersey. Simple as that. That guy is him. He is him. Need that. But besides all that, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into the video. Let's waste no time. The Sixers. Now, the Sixers are a sleeper team in my opinion. I know that they don't have the best talent on the team. They have a lot of great role pieces. When I look at Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey, we can talk about the entire team with these Tybull. Embiid's playing great basketball, but at the end of the day, they need to make a trade for Ben Simmons to get off this team and add an adequate piece to pair up with Embiid. Embiid's playing great basketball. That's what's really going to take away the Sixers and take away from the season if they can't make that trade, because they have a lot of great role pieces. They have a star player, but you need that second star to really bring out the most in the Sixers. And Daryl Morey has to pull the trigger. Like it's time to do it, man. It's now or never. We got less than a month on the trade deadline. Got to make a move. But right now, they're a sleeper team. They'll be in the playoffs. Next up, the Wizards. Wizards, hey man, y'all got some question marks. Now, I'll start off by saying this. I'll say Kuzma's having a really good stretch of games right now. He's rebounding the ball like he's damn near Wilt. I don't know what's going on with this kid. His outfit sucked though. He needs to scrap him. Like, just scrap him. It's over. Scrap him. I think when Bradley Beal comes back, we'll get a better taste of what this team can do going forward, especially in the second half of the season. But the Wizards, I said before in the previous ranking videos, you guys started off hot, but I didn't know if you guys were going to keep that up. And of course, you're above 500, but we'll see how you guys do moving forward. But right now, I got some question marks on the Wizards. Next up, the Hawks. As of me recording this video, the Cam Reddish trade just happened. So at first, I didn't even think you guys were in the soon but not yet team. I thought you guys might be in the maybe tier. But with that trade, I most certainly think you guys are going to blow it up. And I'm talking about you guys are going to make a lot of big trades right now, to the point you might be in the sweepstakes. But we all know the Hawks have not had a good season. A lot of things are looking bad. The team looks lost. It's unfortunate because a few months back, we're talking about them being maybe one of the better, younger Eastern Conference teams, but no, it's just not looking good. And I think that right now, a lot of question marks. I really can't, I don't know if I can rank you guys any higher right now, because I think a lot of things are going to be happening with this team. But right now, as what we've seen, they're really a D tier team right now. So yeah, the Pistons, we know what's up. The Pistons are, come on now, like, we know what's going on. And as of me recording this same video, Bo's not on the team no more. So like, that was my one positive for the Pistons fans. But I guess that's it. I mean, Cade looks good, and Sadiq Bey, shout out to him, he looks nice too. But yeah, y'all don't, yeah. Hopefully y'all get no, actually don't get Jabari. I want Jabari. Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers, sleepers, man. I can't lie to you. I like the Cleveland Cavaliers so much, and to the fact where you got an all-star caliber point guard in Darius Garland, maybe. All-star caliber center in Jared Allen, maybe. Kevin Love's coming off the bench playing great basketball. The one unfortunate thing is the fact that Ricky Rubio got injured. It's so unfortunate. He was playing great basketball, had a lot of good moments, but picking up Rondo was a solid piece to add in some extra playmaking responsibilities. Cleveland, they're a great team. They're a sleeper team. I don't think they're missing something yet because I think they're too young. We'll see going forward. But I'm telling y'all right now, when the playoffs come, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be a team that a lot of teams do not want to face. I'm saying it right now, but hey, y'all hear me out, man. You listen to the kid. Next up, Indiana Pacers. Sweepstakes. Just an utter disappointment. Like, it's an utter disappointment. I honestly thought this team could be in the playoffs this year with the talent that they have, but apparently they can't. They're blowing it up as they said they were going to do, so yeah, y'all speed that up. Y'all go ahead and trade these kids to where they need to go to. Miles Turner, Sabonis, I'm sorry. Yeah, just blow it up. Y'all got Chris Duarte, but that's about it. Toronto Raptors. They're a maybe team. I have a lot of question marks about your team because I feel like the Raptors have a good core. I've always loved the coach, and I think that Fred VanVleet is playing great basketball as of late, averaging close to 30 points per game. He could be a backup all-star. Who knows? I mean, he's played well. I just don't know if you guys can put it all together in time. You guys are in the hunt, but y'all are there. Y'all aren't really sleepers, but we'll see if you guys can keep up the high level of play and go from there. The Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, sir. Milwaukee Bucks, we know what's up. They're the NBA Finals team. I think right now sitting in the 4th seed, it might be a little confusing to a lot of people, but you gotta think about it this way. Giannis Antetokounmpo is playing his best basketball as of right now. He's an MVP favorite at the moment, and Chris Middleton is finding his rhythm as well. I think that they're still trying to figure out the rotation of who's going to be playing, and I think that once they figure that out and the Bucks get into their, who we know they are, it's gonna be a done deal. We'll know we'll see this team fighting for a spot for the NBA Finals, so that's pretty much it. Next up, the Dallas Mavericks, sleeper team. I think that the Dallas Mavericks, when I last ranked them, I didn't think they were really a top tier team not a top tier team, but an elite team in the Western Conference. But with Luka out for majority of games in December, this team has found its defensive rhythm. And so it's crazy because it's the Dallas Mavericks playing defense. Like, that doesn't go together like pineapple on pizza. I'm lying, pineapple on pizza is great. You're weird if you don't like pineapple on pizza. But you know what I mean. Dallas Mavericks finding a defensive rhythm, Jalen Brunson stepping up, Tim Hardaway Jr. stepping up, their rookies and Josh Green. Like, there's a lot of players who they've figured out a rhythm and they're looking really, really good. And I think that when Luka Doncic, when he's back in the lineup and he's playing games, if they keep up this defensive level and this defensive effort, the Mavericks would be a problem, because I think Luka, not having a great season, still an elite player, but if he can get into his offensive bag with this defense, the Mavericks will be a problem for a team to face. Next up, the Denver Nuggets. Now, we all know they should be a maybe team because of the fact that they have a lot of guys missing. But with Nikola Jokic, the reigning MVP, they're a sleeper team by default. And I'll tell you why. The fact that they've been able to stay relevant with Nikola Jokic playing with a lot of guys out of the lineup, first of all, credit to Frank Campazzo, Aaron Gordon, Austin Rivers, Jeff Green. There's a lot of players on this team that have stepped up here and there. And I think that the Nuggets, they should be in the maybe category, but Nikola Jokic, again, one of the best players, the best center in the game right now, leading this entire team. They're maybe, nah, I can't. They're B tier. I'll leave them there. Next up, the Memphis Grizzlies. Bam.
12 out here.
Y'all heard them.
12
Memphis
out here.
Grizzlies, I can't lie to you. They're the best young team in the league right now. Moran came into he's in a different bag right now. What's crazy is the fact that when Ja was out, they were an elite team at that time. When Ja came back, people were making jokes like, oh, they lost. And since then, they've gone on a 10-game winning streak with Moran. He's won Player of the Week twice. The Grizzlies are a problem. Now, when you look at who the Grizzlies have beat, it's even more impressive because they're just that good and they're young. They're the 3rd youngest team in the league. Jaren Jackson Jr. turned into an elite shot blocker. Dylan Brooks is he's injured at the moment, but he's still a quality piece for the team. Desmond Bane is a sniper who can talk shit. Like, look, Memphis, they are them. There's no him. They're them. But, hey, man, missing something for right now. I won't put them as contenders yet because, again, they're a younger team and I got to see what they can do going forward. But right now, man, I'm impressed. Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota is a maybe. And see, now when I put them at maybe and I see Denver above them, I get confused. I'm going to keep them maybe. But I'm going to maybe. Yeah, maybe. Listen, Minnesota, they are a good team. Actually, a better defensive team than expected. And I think that Anthony Edwards, again, we know how good he is. Cat, an all-star caliber center this year. D'Lo has missed a lot of games here and there. I think that when they put it all together, they'll definitely, you know what? I'm putting them in a sleeper team. I might be reaching a little bit. I'm reaching. I think they're a sleeper team. When it's put together, the Timberwolves are definitely a team that you got to look out for. I do think that they'll be a team in the playoffs. But I can also see the fact that they might sell high on certain players. And they might make a big trade. So I don't know. There's a lot of question marks for this team right now. So I'll leave them there maybe. I'll leave them there. Next up, the Spurs. I'm not going to lie. I watched a Spurs game recently. And y'all are boring. Like, boring as I'm so sorry, Spurs fans. You guys have been great for the past few years. But, like, nah, bro. It was just boring. There's a lot of good players on this team, though. I will say that. But obviously, we know that they just don't have enough to compete against the elite level teams in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. But right now, the Spurs they're not there yet. We know this. We know this. Utah is coming down and missing something. And I'm going to tell you why. When I made my last ranking video, if y'all watched that, I told y'all I need to see Utah play good against the elite level competition. When I look back and saw who Utah has played so far, they have barely played any top tier teams in the Eastern Conference or Western Conference. Out of the Grizzlies, Suns, and Phoenix, they haven't beat any of them, and more so, they haven't even played any of them most of the time. And a lot of the teams in the Eastern Conference, they haven't beat the Nets, they haven't beat the Bulls, and they beat the Bucks in October when the season just started. Now, again, there's no credit I'm not taking credit away from Utah Jazz. Utah's still a great team. We do know that Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, when they're playing, they're going to be good. They have a great team, a well-oiled machine, but right now, I got to see them play against elite competition and see how they fare. Because right now, they haven't looked as great. So, yeah. The Clippers. check me out. Y'all are low-key a maybe. A lot of people will put y'all down. First of all, credit to the Clippers. I came into the season and said that you guys wouldn't be on anything. And with Kawhi out and with Paul George probably missing most of the season, this team has been a top-tier defensive team while maintaining a 500 record with those guys out. Eric Bledsoe still playing, Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann. You got a lot of good players on this team, and credit to Ty Lue for coaching this team and keeping these guys level-headed. So I gotta give credit to the Clippers, man. They've low-key been playing. They're better. Credit to the Clippers. They look good. I know that they might be selling high with PG probably being out for the season, and a lot of players might be available, but credit to those guys, man. Phoenix Suns. Nah, I mean, we know they're a finals team. I mean, we ain't gotta waste no time about the Phoenix Suns. We know how great they are. They're just that good. Guys coming out. They're still gonna keep up the level of play that they've been doing. Yeah, we know what's up. Like, let's waste no time. Portland, without Damian Lillard, they're a soon but not yet team. I won't put them in the sweepstakes because there's one player who I'm really high on. That's Anthony Simmons. I think he's really, really good. Now, I do think eventually we could see them in the sweepstakes, but I will say that even with Damian Lillard out, the roster that you have should be enough to at least be competitive. You could lose games, I understand that, but you have a lot of older guys who have been in the league. You gotta be competitive, at least. I know I make a lot of Portland Trailblazer jokes. Like, I make a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a lot. And I gotta at least admit, seeing Dame out and injured is just never okay. And hopefully he gets better. But Portland right now, yeah, they're a D-tier category team right now, but we'll see how they do moving forward. Sacramento Kings, soon but not yet. And this is going to be a big team with my February trade deadline. When I talk about this, my February rankings, I expect the Kings to make some moves. Some moves to at least move them either to the sweepstakes or to a question mark team. Tyrese Halliburton might be available, De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley. Again, like somewhat like the Spurs, they have good talent, just can't put it all together, and we know that they don't have enough to be better than a lot of the teams above them, but I'm looking forward to what they do in the future. It's just that simple. The Kings, y'all know y'all aren't really on anything, but yeah, that's about it. The New York Knicks. Boys that just got Cam Reddish. Like I said before early in the video, they traded with the Atlanta Hawks to get Cam Reddish. Only gave up a first-round pick. I understand people might put him in the sleeper category if you're a big Cam Reddish fan, but let's be honest, they're still a question mark team. They have been looking better as of late. And like I said before, adding in Cam Reddish, a guy who can come off your bench, 6'8", play some defense, shoot the ball, added some scoring load. This is always a good thing for any type of team, especially a team that plays defense. But I will say, the Knicks got to keep it up. I put out a video about 2 weeks ago about the Knicks, and they were struggling. Since then, they've looked a lot better. But the Knicks, like I said, last year they were a team built off of defense. If they get back into their defensive presence, there'll be a problem. But right now, we'll see what they do going forward into the season. The New Orleans Pelicans, soon, but not yet. I think that a lot of people don't really like the Pelicans and like talking about them. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I make my yawn. Zion is still big. But you know who's also big on the court? Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is that guy. And I gotta admit, Brandon Ingram has a case of being an all-star this year and being a two-time all-star. And Brandon Ingram is honestly turning into the player that a lot of people thought he could be going into his career. Brandon Ingram looks nice. I do think that they'll probably still be in the sweepstakes here and there. But they've been a team they're a competitive team, is what I want to say. They're a team that you know that they're not going to be winning anything, but against high-level talent, they don't just lay back on their stomachs. Like, they're legit going to try and fight. Nah, give credit to the Pelicans. Y'all still mid, though. Well, yeah, good stuff. Next up, the Charlotte Hornets. I think that when you look at a team that's great offensively, they're always going to be a problem for a lot of teams to deal with. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. This team is a electric team offensively. I've always said defensively that they're always going to be a problem. They just don't look like they have a lot of effort on the defensive end of the ball. Need some more guys who play defense on that side and a lot more smarter. To be honest, I might put them in a maybe tier. I think I'm gonna put them back in a maybe tier. I think essentially they'll be in the playoffs. They'll be fighting for a playoff spot, but I gotta see some defensive presence from this team. I gotta see them be a little bit more smarter on defense and a lot better on defense. But offensively, they're those guys. LaMelo Ball leading this team. I don't know if they're a sleeper team. I think that the teams above them would easily take them out in a 7-game series. But yeah, I think right now I'll leave them in a maybe tier. Actually, I'm moving right now. Yeah, y'all there. Next up, the Houston Rockets. We all know what's up. We know what's up. I'm not gonna be biased. Look, the Houston Rockets, we've had our struggles here and there, and I think that going forward into the season, it's just about developing talent. That's what they got to focus on. They got to focus on playing Jalen Green and Şengün, Josh Christopher, and the young guys and seeing what they can do going forward. And I think that there's a lot of players on the Rockets who might get traded. You talk about Eric Gordon, who has been playing like a top 10 shooting guard. Check the numbers. He's that efficient. And you got to talk about the fact that Christian Wood also might be moved as well. The Rockets can make a lot of moves at the trade deadline, so be aware. They might make some moves in February. You know, you're hearing it here first. But as of right now, yeah, go ahead and just tank. Let's get Jabari. We need Jabari. Let's go get that man. Next up, the Miami Heat. Missing something. When I talk about teams having a culture of just winning, the Miami Heat, it don't matter who's on the court, they're going to play hard regardless. Bam Adebayo has been out for how long? Jimmy Butler has missed some games. Markieff Morris literally got his back broke, and this team is third in the Eastern Conference. Tyler Hero, everybody on the Miami Heat are just stepping up and filling in their role, and it's incredible to watch because we talk about a lot of guys. We've seen teams where when they lose a lot of their star players, they fall off. But the Miami Heat are not doing that. And when they finally get their guys back who are going to come back later in the season, the Miami Heat, like we said, going into the season, they're going to be a problem to deal with. Now, again, the biggest question mark that we've always had for Miami is, can Jimmy Butler be a top 10 player when it matters most? We've seen him do it before in the finals. We'll see if he can do it again this year. But as of right now, the Miami Heat, that entire roster with Omar Yusufzai, I think I said his name right. I probably did, but he's a really good player. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry. Everybody's doing their job. Cody Martin. Everybody looks good. Give credit to the Miami Heat. Chicago Bulls. NBA Finals, for sure. I think that DeMar DeRozan, again, having a great year. LaVine having a good year. The entire team looks good. I think that one of the bigger problems in December was the fact that everybody was getting hit with COVID protocols. And I think that when everybody's healthy, the Bulls are just a team you have to deal with. And they're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and the NBA. I know last night they got wrecked by the Nets. If y'all watched that game, they got wrecked. But the Bulls, we know how good they are. We ain't got to talk too much about them. We know how good they are. They're a team that you have to look out for. The Brooklyn Nets. I told you they were missing something, and then they got Kyrie. So yeah, the Nets are in that conversation. Bringing Kyrie back into the fold and him being able to play games is just a different thing. So now they have their big three. Now it's time to build rhythm, build chemistry back with everybody on the team. The Nets are a problem. You saw what like I said before, they smacked the Bulls last night. It was pretty ugly. Like I said, KD's having an MVP season. James Harden has now found his rhythm since Christmas Day. And with Kyrie Irving back, hey man, the Brooklyn Nets are back, man. We knew it was gonna happen sometime, and it's happening now. So hey, here we go. Next up, the OKC Thunder. Look, OKC, I know I make a lot of jokes about this team, but yeah, of course they're in the sweepstakes. But I'll give credit to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey looks like a triple-double machine, an upcoming triple-double machine in the years to come. I love what he does. I think that right now the Thunder, again, you look at the teams above them, look at their season, they fall into the teams that are obviously rebuilding for the future. So we know what OKC's on. It's not wasting time. The Golden State Warriors. Clay back. Clay's back. You know what that means they're at. They're back in the NBA Finals conversation. So look, the Warriors, again, with Klay Thompson back on the roster, Wiseman coming back very soon, this entire team is loaded. Draymond Green, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Andrew Wiggins, probably an All-Star. Steph Curry in the MVP conversation and an All-Star. There's a lot of guys on this team that are just that good. The Warriors are that good. And I think the biggest thing is just Klay Thompson being back on this roster. It just adds more firepower. Now we got to see it moving forward again, because a lot of people might think that he's rusty, but Klay Thompson being back for the Warriors is a good sign. Let's see what the Warriors do. Next up, the Celtics. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I might be a Celtics fan because I love Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And the fact that everybody keeps saying to trade one or the other is so annoying to me. It's just annoying. I think that right now, as of this recording, they just dropped 30 points each together against the Pacers, who suck. Pacers, y'all suck. When you have those two guys, I tweeted this on my Twitter account. Matter of fact, go follow me on Twitter. What are y'all doing? Go follow me on Twitter. If you're watching till right now, go follow me on Twitter. I'll follow back. You know, I'm not gonna follow back. But like I said before, the Celtics, when you have those two guys who are just that talented, you don't break that up. You surround them with the right talent so that they can be better. Now, of course, right now, going to the season where they're at in this season, they're a question mark. We know who knows what the Celtics can do, because at the end of the day, we've seen them blow 25-point leads. We've seen them blow so many leads, like I don't even know what they be on. But if they can continue their rhythm of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum playing good together, playing two-man situations where both of them are feeding off of each other and having split possessions where each of them can also do what they need to do offensively, this team will be good. I think that when you have a two-man duo that can give you 25 a night, you're in a great situation. So right now they're a question mark. The Lakers, it's not even wasting no time. Look, the Lakers, I hate to say it, I'm going back on what I said in my video. They got to trade Russ. Only because trading Russ is the only viable option and the only big move that they can make to really change the entire roster. At this point, LeBron James is playing he's having one of the greatest stretches of basketball in his entire career, and this team is still that bad. it's getting to a point where if they can't win games, you can't waste the prime. Not even prime, the ending years of LeBron James with mediocrity. And I love Russell Westbrook. But his poor performance is just not okay. You just can't do that. And it's unfortunate, but again, the Lakers are still waiting for guys to come back in Kendrick Nunn and Anthony Davis. But the Lakers right now have a question mark. I think they'll be in the playoffs, but hey man, we'll see. The Lakers don't look good. We all know this. Y'all let me know in the comment section. And the last team, the Orlando Magic. First of all, y'all are in the sweepstakes, but I do want to say Franz Wagner is live. He is a really, really good basketball player. We talked about Cole Anthony earlier in the rankings, but Franz Wagner, I'm a big fan. I like what I see from him, man. He looks like he might be one of the better players in his draft. I know a lot of people had him number 1 in the rookie rankings. I think he's up there, but man, he's a great player. I like what y'all have over there. And Orlando, y'all aren't a top team. Y'all are in the same. Y'all are tanking, of course, but y'all are getting talent. Y'all have a lot of talent on your team, and we'll see what y'all do moving forward. But yeah, that's about it. That concludes my January rankings. Now expect my February rankings after the trade deadline when all the moves have been made, because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get very, very crazy. But if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new again. And if you have any disagreements or you think I'm stupid if I rank your team too low or too high, let me know in the comment section. I'll come in there and I'll debate with you and tell you how stupid you are too. But yeah, besides all that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay on beat.